Greetings. My name's Dwayne, and I hope all is well with everyone. I'm going to take a little bit of time here just to go over dressing up our gnomes here with a vest. And this just requires that you have a body and a coat, and then we'll show you the very simple way how to make the vest. Now the body, you could actually use whatever you're making already. If you're using one of my felt bodies, that's fine. If you're using a sock body, that's great too. Styrofoam cone, cardboard cone, however you're making the body, you can make the vest very easily to go along with it as long as you have a coat with it. So this is my basic felt body already cut out, stuff put together. And then from there, I have my coat that I make. Again, a simple, easy coat there, pattern that just cuts out. And I've already cut one out here. And it just wraps around. What I do is I put the seam in the back. It's going to come up to where the back of the seam goes there. And I like to have about 3/4 of an inch hanging over at the very bottom there. And that gives me a little bit extra there just for hang down over there for with the shoes there. Cute look for the coat to come down on there. So I have my coat. And I'm just going to roll the top back down here and glue just the top to it. I'll later on go in and glue the sides, or if I'm putting accessories on or something like that, then I'll worry about gluing it in there. But for right now, I'm just putting a little bit of glue at the very top here to hold the coat in place. And just bring it around here. And again, this could be any type of body that you have. If you want to have something even longer, you can do that too. Mine are pretty basic size here, about 6 inches. My total gnomes end up being about 9 inches. But I do have some that I'll take and I'll stretch out a little bit, play with some different sizes here. Some of it you can see, I lengthen the hat. Some of it I lengthen the body. Try to be a little creative with different things. And I have done some other stuff with some cones too, to give some different height too. So we're going to show you how to make this and how to make the adjustments too. So anything I do here is just simple and easy to do. So this is my coat there going on. And then this basically is my pattern for my vest. I'm going to show you how to make that simple, easy vest there just by making a rectangle here to start out with. We're going to do 2 inches by 3 inches. So you got 2 inches by 3 inches there, and just cut out a rectangle. Everybody's been asking me about making a pattern for the vest. There's your pattern. All I do is I take the bottom part and I round it out. And then I'm going to cut out 2 of these, one for each side here of my vest. As I said, this is very simple. I cheat a lot. I'm just going to put it right on. I just take one of my felt squares. You can also take scrap felt. This is a great way if you have extra pieces of scrap left over of just putting it on there and cutting out. You're not going to need much with it at all. We're just going to cut it out. You can also, you don't even need it to have a template. As I said, as long as you measure out the 2 inches by 3 inches, it's going to give you the simple standard vest. Now, with the longer one, I actually went about a 1/2 inch longer. So it's like 3.5 inches. If you're using a cone, or let's say you have a body that's round, more round or something, all you do is lengthen the top of it or widen the width just a little bit. This isn't going to make a difference as like the base would make a difference on putting it on there where you have to figure out measurements or anything. This is going to be a simple little cheating pattern, show you how to do something, and then you can grow and make it from there. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm taking this vest piece that I've made and I'm tucking it underneath my coat. So here I have one side. I'm looking to have it sort of centered there. And I'm just going to glue down the side over here. Glue down the side, the base there a little bit. That's going to give me the start of the vest. Now, here's where the fun part comes in, because I love the lapels. This is quick, easy, simple. We're just folding that back there. Just pick a spot, fold it however you want that to be. You can have it a wide lapel, you can have a long lapel coming down. And again, you're just going to run a little bit of glue on the back here. So there's no even sewing involved in this. This is just nice, simple, little bit of hot glue. We're going to glue that down. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the other side that we made, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to glue that side down again. Run just a light little bit of glue. Once we get the lapels made, then I'll go back and glue the top, glue the sides there. And again, I'm just going to fold that over and have it come down to where this other lapel is at. And just run a little bit of glue along the fold there. That, in a nutshell, is how you quickly and easily make a simple vest. I'm going to glue the insides now. And here we bring the coat around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bit of glue just on the inside there to help hold the glue, help hold the coat down. And I can glue it back here at the seam. I can glue it up here farther. I like to have the coat be a little flap on there. A little bit of character to it. So then here's where the other tricks come in. Now you find yourself a couple nice buttons. Anything you want as far as little buttons. My wife has tons of collections of buttons. She puts them in little jars, keeps them back in a closet, almost like she doesn't want me to find them. But I'll find a cute little button, put it on there. You can do on the side of the coat, add a couple buttons. And then also, these nice little bows look great as bow ties. And I've picked these up at Joann's. I've gotten them online before, ordered through Etsy or Amazon. You can get them as ribbons or bows, different colors, black and white, formal. Great to just put something on there. And I'm sure there's those different ways you guys can accessorize them too. Can also make pockets. You know, most times when guys are going out and they're going to a wedding reception or something and they're renting the vest and the jacket and all that, it's fake pockets anyways. So you can put a little bit of like a pocket on here just to add some character here. Also, we're gonna add our little mustache to this because I like that look. Now, if you're doing something like a Santa gnome, you could do that too. It's just a larger gnome and still have a vest to it here. But I'm going to work on giving you an idea here as far as the mustache too. This is just faux fur. I cut off a piece. I usually buy it by the yard. Again, you can get it Hobby Lobby, Joann's. You can order online through Etsy or Amazon. And let me show you a little trick to that too. Make sure you're always just cutting along the back. Don't use scissors unless you're really just trimming along there. I usually use an X-Acto knife. And what I want to do is I want to make an inch by 2.5 inches. Inch by 2.5 inches. And I'm going just like the same way I would go with making my beard. I'm cutting down. So I go an inch over, and I'm just cutting that backing. Making sure I'm not cutting into it because I don't want to ruin the nice fur to it. And then as I come down, just before I get to that 2.5 inches, I curve it. Just so I have a little curve there. And again, just cutting the backing. Be careful how you cut. This is going to give me my mustache to go on my gnome. And once again, I'm going to do one more. So I go over an inch. As I said, down about 2.5 inches. Curve that up. Just cutting my backing there. And again, that's going to give me my mustache to go across there. Now I can glue that down, and then I like to use wood balls. I get the Hobby Lobby has a great pack of them, everything. I take a wood ball. They do have some that are beads too. They have some that are flat on the bottom there. And I glue that right down, right there with that seam, comes together. So that gives me the mustache there. Then I'm gonna add a hat. I like making the top hats with these guys. I think they look really great, but you can also use your sock hat. You can use almost any type of hat you want to add to that, to give it character. This is the fun part too, because now you can add things like, I add little flowers to the lapels. This is where I know you guys can do the excellent work and everything. Once you have the basic on how to make that. The other thing that I like as far as making the jackets, I like to use a crushed velvet, which I think is really nice, that I've used on several different characters too. I used actually on this guy here. It gives a real nice soft look to it, but also the backings of those crushed velvets are usually a darker color, usually more of a solid. And if you want to do something that looks really neat as far as lapels, I'm going to put that in there. Again, I'm looking about halfway across. I'm just going to glue this side down. Glue that in there. Then I'm going to fold this over to give me my lapel. And again, what I love about it is it's got that darker look. So it's giving you an idea that you've actually put something else on there. And we'll just glue on the other side. Glue that down. And all I'm doing again is I'm using my simple little 2 inches by 3 inches. Fold that over. Get my lapel. Then I just glue this down. And I glue the other side down. And there, once again, we have the basic vest. All I'm going to need to do now is to throw on my mustache here. We'll go ahead and add some character. And I start out by just gluing the end of that on there. That way I can, when I add the arms, I can move things around a little bit. Same thing with the other side. And bring them together. Then pick out a hat. I'm going to give this guy some character, put a nose onto him. What I also probably going to do, because I love to use fabric too. Fabric looks great to use as far as the vest, but also as far as the coats. These are some things that I pick up the remnants a lot of times at Joann's. And I love the remnants because I can get a lot of character out of them. But I'm going to use this more of a winter type coat. And I'm going to take some of the yarn. I've used this before in the past to show from yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I'll run that along the side. Just glue that right down. And glue that along the bottom there. Give it some real nice holiday character to it. And then once again, I just have to put a couple buttons on it here. And we'll be all set with a real cute, nice looking gnome. That's basically what I did to build this little guy here. Let me show you one more trick here. I just while I have you here and got everything all together here, I like the look of the mustache. It's something a little bit different and everything, but for those of you who are just starting out or those of you who have made just the basic gnomes, whether you're making arms or whether you're not, you're just using the body, the beard, and the hat, or even if you have arms that you're adding to it. Here's another little thought that you might want to do, a little trick too. And you'll see a lot of, especially like the steampunk gnomes and a lot of the other character gnomes, adding a mustache to your beard. So even if you're just doing something simple, you're not even wanting to get involved with the vest or anything, but you want to add some character to your gnomes. Here's the easy way. You've already learned how to cut them out. You're doing the inch by about 2.5 inches. Gives me a nice little flare there. So this is a little added extra bonus here that I like to do just at times for some character to the gnomes. We all love the beautiful beards and everything, but this is a way of just adding to. So now you can have a mustache with your gnome here too. Add your nose. Again, I use the wood noses. If you're using anything else, that's fine. The nylon socks, the ping pong balls, however you want to do that, whatever you do with your characters there. Again, I just love to see what you guys do differently. I love to give the basics, show you the little cheats that I do, how to simply do things. That is my quick and easy pattern as far as putting together a vest and just adding some character to it. Also, trying to do something to add a little character to the beards there. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you enjoy the different things that you can do with these. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of character. I love to see the beautiful things you guys are making. I can't wait to see as we get into more and more of the holiday season here too. I know there's so many people making some great stuff, and I just love to see the postings that you have. Thank you.